Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting off bare-faced. I only have my eye makeup done because we are going to review this new NYX foundation. This is the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation, and this is in the color Buff. So I'm going to be applying this foundation one side with a sponge. This is my Eco Tools sponge, and one side with a round top kabuki. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush by e.l.f. And I am going to prime my skin. I'm going to use the two primers that I use every single time. This is my favorite, and they're both also from NYX. This is the NYX First Base Set priming spray, and then this is the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. This really makes your skin nice and smooth, and this one makes it kind of sticky for your foundation to stick to, and it'll last longer. This foundation claims to be a 24-hour matte finish. I'm going to start by priming my skin. Primer spray. And you want to let this dry completely before you apply your foundation. So I'm just going to speed up the process by fanning myself. Alright, so this is the first time that I am going to wear this foundation. This one is actually a little bit lighter than my skin tone right now because my body is still a little tan and my face is lighter than my body, as you can tell. So this one kind of matches my skin, my face, more than it does my neck. But I decided to go with this lighter one because summer is ending and my skin always lightens up during the fall and winter. So I might just add up some bronzer. So the color might be a little bit off, but we're not going to judge it by the color. We're just going to judge it by how it applies, how it wears, and how long it lasts. I think that this foundation oxidizes a little bit, meaning that it gets darker as you wear it or when it dries, because this is a fresh new swatch, and this is a little swatch that I did earlier today, and you can't even really see it. It blended in. So it did get darker, and I noticed this when I was at Ulta the other day buying it. When I went to the register to pay, I noticed that the swatch, the color that I was originally gonna buy, got really dark. It was a lot darker. It looked really orange on my skin. So I actually think this color is good. I always get like a warm undertone, but this one's a neutral undertone, so I'm kind of excited to try that out. Okay, so I'm just gonna pump some onto the back of my hand. Ooh, a lot came out on one pump. Should I do one pump? Okay, we'll see if it seems like. Hey! The consistency is a little thick. It's not watery. Okay, it's blending out easily. And it does have pretty good coverage. Again, I'm only going to do half of my side with the sponge. Hi! And I got pretty good coverage with just one pump, but it's not full coverage. You can still see my mole there pretty good, and I have a couple of little freckles right here. This is my face with one pump, apply with the sponge, and nothing on over here. It looks really nice. So one more pump, and I'm gonna dot it all over my face. So we are building it up. Ooh, for sure I can see that this has more coverage now. Ooh, yes, Hunter. Yes. It doesn't seem to dry too fast, but I did not have any trouble at all spreading that and blending that. And I really like how this looks. Oh my gosh, this looks so nice. This foundation, again, it was like $14. Ooh, it looks so good. Look at. This is no foundation. This is really good coverage. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Yes. Yes. She said, what do you think? What do you think, mama? Ooh, shorter. Hey, the color looks, you know, it looks kind of yellowish, and it's supposed to be a neutral undertone. Like, look at the texture of my skin. It just looks so nice. It's not cakey or anything, and it doesn't feel dry, like where I can't stretch my face. Not tacky. Applying it with the brush gets you fuller coverage, but you gotta kind of play with it a little bit because it can be streaky. It can leave marks, like the brush can leave marks on there, so that's why I prefer a sponge. This is one pump. Look at one pump gets you a pretty long way. So I'm gonna distribute the product by just kind of stamping it, and then we'll buff it in circular motions. Zoom you in. I don't really like it with a brush, but let's see if you can see. I have like little lines around here that you can see. So you can go over it with the sponge, but then it's like more work. Makeup already takes a long time as it is. That's why I just like applying with the sponge. So I'm gonna apply one more pump because we applied 2 on the other side. We have to be even. So one more pump. Dot it. Stamp it. I'm just gonna use a sponge, I'm sorry. Let me see, for color reference, I usually wear a W5. In Loreal True Match, I wear a W5 like during the colder months, and then in the warmer months when I have a tan, I wear a W6. What else? In Maybelline Fit Me, I wear, what color do I wear in Maybelline Fit Me? I wear 228 Soft Tan. The side that I applied with the sponge looks way better. Smoother texture than with the sponge. Okay, I don't know what is going on here. Look at this side looks really smooth and pretty. And over here, I don't know what is going on. What is this? There's like some little like spots going on right here and on my nose. This side does not have that problem. I do not feel it. It does not feel heavy. I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup off camera, and then we'll be back and we'll check in, right? Giselle says hi. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup, and I have a few things to say about the foundation. I did notice that it dries to a powder. Sorry, excuse Giselle. I did notice that it dries to a powder finish. Therefore, you don't need to set it, which is a good thing. A bad thing is I had trouble blending in my concealer because it was caking up. Right here in between my eyebrows, you can see it's a little cakey because I tried to disguise the trouble that I had blending it with some powder. So when I was blending out my concealer, it was picking up the foundation. I mean, that's why you don't apply liquid above powder when you're doing makeup. So it's kind of the same thing. Since it dries to a powder finish, you kind of have trouble blending in the liquids. Also, I'm a little bit cakey right here on my nose and this area because that's where I applied my concealer also. The powder did help. I did not set the rest of my face. Powders went on really great because it has a powder finish. So I don't think that you should cream contour with this foundation because you're going to have trouble blending it out. I think you're going to have to work quick to apply your concealer while it's still wet. Don't let it dry before you apply your concealer so that you don't have any trouble blending it out. So yeah, I didn't put concealer. I always put concealer on the bridge of my nose to contour it, to highlight and contour, but I did not do that because I was scared of the cakiness. So all I did was apply, I just baked the bridge of my nose to give me a highlighted effect. So I still like the foundation. I just don't really like how it looks today because of that situation. I am a little bit cakey. I like for my foundation and my face to be like absolutely flawless when I do my makeup, and I do have a little bit of flaws, but still that's something that you learn. So next time I know that I have to apply my concealer quicker so that it can come out smooth and seamless. So that's okay. I'm not gonna judge it by that. I still really like the foundation. It has, excuse Jason, oh my god, She's making a mess in my room. I still really like the foundation. I love this color. I love the finish of it, the feel. It's lightweight. And I love the coverage. It looks really nice. It's full coverage, but it still looks natural. It still looks like skin. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't look cakey, except for... So yeah, I'll check in later with you guys and we'll see how this foundation held up. Hey you guys, so it's the next day. I've been wearing the foundation for 24 hours. Just kidding. Really didn't like how the foundation looked that one day when I did the first impression. So I actually tested it out for 4 days. I wore it 4 days in a row. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. We don't have any of that cakiness going on today. No settling. Excuse the mustache, I need to wax it. Why I didn't want to check in with you guys was just because, you know, the foundation did last long. It was a really hot, humid day that day. It was like 90 degrees. And it lasted, but I just didn't like how it looked. Like, I was not happy with it, so I wasn't really liking the foundation. So that's why I didn't want to review it. So I just decided to just keep wearing it. And I actually wore it with a different concealer just to see if maybe the concealer was the issue. Today I had used the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And then ever since that day, I've been using the Maybelline Age Rewind, this one. So this is the 5th time that I wear the foundation. And I've been using it with that concealer and I really like it. I didn't notice any of the cakiness or the lifting of the foundation or the product. So I'm wearing 3.5 pumps on my whole face and I applied it with the with a damp sponge. I really like the foundation with the sponge to help sheer it out because it is a really thick full coverage foundation. Also I think the day that I did the first impression, I didn't set it, so I didn't put any spray on my face, and I think that's why I also didn't like how it looked because, like I said, that foundation dries to a powder finish, and then I put more powder on my face, so my face just looked really powdery because the powders were not set into my skin. Today I am wearing a setting spray. Well, it's a facial spray. I used the Mario Badescu facial spray, so it's not like a makeup setting spray, but it just helps to settle in the powders, and I think it looks super pretty today. Let me zoom you guys in again. Like, this is a good foundation day. I love it. Let me show you my forehead. I got a little bit of bumps going on, just ignore that. But the foundation looks so good. Right now I've been wearing this foundation for about 4 or 5 hours. And it looks okay, but it is settling in a little bit right here. Right here in my creases, but it's nothing, like, no big deal. Doesn't bother me really. Really like this foundation. I do recommend it if you have oily skin or, you know, normal skin and you want that full coverage. But if you have dry skin, I do not recommend this at all because it is really matte. And in the first impression I said that it didn't feel like dry, but it does sometimes because now the weather is getting cooler. Like, all of a sudden the weather changed, went from 90 and now it's like low 70s. And now with the cooler weather, it does feel a little bit like tight, like my skin is a little bit harder to move when I talk. It's not too bad, it's not really uncomfortable, and it's still really lightweight. So I really enjoyed this foundation. I think it's a great foundation, and I actually think it's really comparable to my Estee Lauder Double Wear, this one right here, because I love this foundation because it's really full coverage and it's a matte finish, powder finish, and that's exactly how this one is. So I think it's really comparable. This one's only $15. The Double Wear is $45. So that's really good. So I recommend this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!